Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Price here with a little update after day 4 of Packers training camp practices. Aaron Rodgers threw his 7th pick of training camp, but don't freak out, it's just training camp. As Kevin King told us later in the locker room, this is a time for these players to try out new techniques, try things they wouldn't normally try in a game. And that's why you see 7 picks so far for Aaron Rodgers through training camp. But on the flip side of that, Jaire Alexander, the rookie corner that the Packers picked in the draft this past year, is impressing. He had one of those picks today. He was covering Randall Cobb on that play in team drills, and he is impressing early on for the Packers, as well as Kevin King, who's coming off that shoulder injury. He had surgery this offseason, and he, in his second year, I think is going to take a big jump for the Packers. He's been covering Davante Adams on most team reps, and he's been doing a phenomenal job. He's been getting a lot of pass breakups on Davante, who's obviously becoming one of the best receivers in the National Football League. So going back to those picks, Blake Martinez had a shot at getting it. He deflected it into HaHa Clinton-Dix's hands. That was actually the second time Clinton-Dix has picked off Rodgers this training camp, and then he had another pick today, so that he's had 3 against Rodgers in training camp so far. But let's get to the biggest storyline, which would be the injury to Jake Ryan. It appeared to be a knee injury. They were kind of massaging his right knee, which too many of us indicated that it might be an ACL. He was in very obvious pain. He kind of had his hands over his face. His teammates talked about how they had chills watching him on the sideline. That's not something you want to see, whether you're a Packer fan or not. That's a very hard scene to see. In addition to Jake Ryan, Kentrell Brice also went off on a cart today during practice. No word on either of those two guys, what their injuries might be and what their status is going forward. Also notable, Mike Daniels did not practice very much today. He was kind of on the sideline limping a little bit, but in the locker room afterwards, he seemed to be just fine. That's all I got for training camp for day 4 today. We've got plenty more coverage coming your way the rest of this evening on NBC 26, and of course, going forward, the rest of training camp.